سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب زدني علما اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. So, sister, I was asking you that as we have gone through few rules about Mahmouz, so share your understanding of the rules with us. So, okay, so what about the first rule about Mahmouz?
Right, okay, so with regards to the first rule, which is called Qaida Rasun, examples were given Ratsun, Botsun, and Dhibun. Rasun becomes Rasun, and Botsun becomes Busun, and Dhibun becomes Dhibun. Now, in here, two important conditions need to be met before this rule applies. So the first one is that Hamza needs to be sakin. And the second is ma qabl has to be mutaharrik. And when these two conditions are present, then it is permissible to change the hamza into harf illat, so alif, waw, or ya. But that depends according to the harkat of the ma qabl. So if the ma qabl carries a fatha, hamza will be changed to alif, which is ra'sun becomes rasun, and if ma qabl carries a dhamma, then hamza will change to a waw, as in bu'sun, busun. And if ma qabl carries a kasra, then hamza will be changed to a ya, which is dhibun, dhibun.
Very
That's
good.
what I am.
Good. And what about second rule?
The second rule is qa'idatun juwanun. And the examples given were yu'akhidhu and ju'anun and mi'arun. And this changes to yu'akhidhu and ju'anun and mi'arun. And the conditions that need to be met here is first hamza needs to be maftuh. It needs to have a fatha. And the ma qabl can be mazmum or maksur. And when these two conditions are met, then it's permissible to change the hamza into harf illat. But here in this case, only waw and ya. So the harakat of the hamza is not dropped. The harakat remains. Only the hamza is being changed to either a waw or a ya. So yu'akhidhu becomes yu'akhidhu, and ju'anun becomes ju'anun, and mi'arun becomes mi'arun.
Very good. So you have told or explained two rules to us. So are they permissible or the mandatory rules?
No, this is jawais.
Okay, means this is from jawais. So jaiz means permissible. Yes. Means if you do okay, if you don't do, it's okay as well, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Okay, very good, very good.
Jawazis, that's what it's called, I think.
Mashallah. So how many rules did we cover, or have we covered so far?
We covered 4 rules, sir.
We have covered 4 rules. Okay.
We covered 4 rules, but I've only memorized 2, and okay. We stopped on qaida yasalu.
Okay, very good, very good. May Allah Almighty make it easy for you and keep working hard. This is very good, mashallah. Okay, brother Ayman, what about you? How many rules have you covered so far, and what do you say? How fluent are you in explaining any of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, or none of them? Brother Ayman, are you with us? You're mute. Oh. Okay. Okay, sister. We'll inshallah try to. Yes, brother Ayman. I was asking you.
Assalamu
Assalam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes.
I didn't hear you, sir. We actually had dreams.
Actually, so I was asking you, as our sister has explained 2 rules. and she has memorized 2 rules. So I was asking you from 4 rules, how many of them you are in a position to explain them? 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, or none of them?
To explain, I can try to explain, but the way I just did this was I looked at the words and then I just, for example, this qaida of yasalu, yasalu, I just looked at the words and then I tried to memorize the words themselves. So, and then I built on that. So, for example, yasalu, yasalu, I know that the scene will have, it will have, I don't know, what do you call this? Sakin, and then Hamza will come after that. So because there is Hamza after that and Hamza is mutaharrik, it will change the scene to become a mutaharrik and the Hamza will be dropped. So I don't know how well I can explain them, but Alhamdulillah, I try to go.
No issues. What are you going to have your routine in Ramadan or now as well?
Alhamdulillah, I am looking at a stable routine. So inshallah, the time that we have is very good for me. And then inshallah, after that it is Salah, and then after that I will go back to revision. So that is around 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. of Tanzanian time, 4 to 6 p.m. PST.
Okay, brother, try to go through the rules every day and try to revise them, keeping your mobile away from you, and try to give readings 1, 2, 3, then try to explain yourself, right? Either in writing or by word of mouth. So this way, inshallah, you will be having a grip on the rules, and try to go through the gardans that I have also given in the handout, and I will be giving them to you. And inshallah, we'll be going through various rules and exercises as well. But initially, I will not give you tough exercises because I want you to understand and try to learn the rules yourself, right? So when we talk about the rules now, we are talking about rules with respect to mahmuz, okay? And we have been talking about the rules. They are permissible. Jawais means takhfif in the kalimat, in the verbs of mahmuz, that is permissible. And if you even leave them as they are, that is also means permissible. There's no harm in that. And number 2, we have got the second types of rules. They are wujubi, means mandatory. Then means there's no question of permissibility. That is to be done. The takhfif has to be done, right? To lighten the word means to remove the heaviness, the element of heaviness from the verb, in which mahmuz or hamza is used. Either that is mahmuzul fa, because we are doing that and we are having other things in details. So today we are going to start takhfif wujubi. What does it mean? It means we have to make takhfif, we have to lighten the heavy verb, and in a mandatory way. Okay, that is mandatory. We cannot skip that. It is not permissible. It is mandatory. So now the fifth means we are going to start our fifth rule, our qaida, and that is the qaidatun amana. Okay, that is qaidatun amana. Now, takhfif wujubi means we have to bring some ta'lil or change in the verb in which hamza is a part, that is the root letter of the verb, and that is to be done in obligatory manner, mandatorily. It is to be done mandatorily, right? So now what is the rule? What is the rule? If 2 hamza come or become a part of 1 kalima, we are talking about 2 hamzas, the following rules are to be followed. Now we are talking about 2 hamzas, not 1 hamza, 2 hamzas. If 2 hamza are in single kalima and the first hamza is mutaharrik and the second hamza happens to be sakin, then the sakin is to be changed into harf illat as per the harkat of the first hamza. First of all, now you have to understand this thing. We are talking about a hamza, but not a single hamza and two hamzas. And two hamzas, they are coming in one kalima, in single kalima. Now in single kalima, and what we are saying, if the first one is mutaharrik, what we say, the first hamza is mutaharrik, and the second hamza happens to be sakin, this is the condition. Means what are those two conditions? First condition, we say, if two hamzas come together in a single kalima or in kalimatun wahidatun, okay? And the second condition is what? That the first hamza happens to be mutaharrik or is mutaharrik, and the second hamza happens to be sakin. Now this is the second condition. First condition, two hamzas come in one kalima. The second condition is the first, not the second. The first hamza happens to be mutaharrik and the second hamza is sakin. Just a minute, just a minute. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Sorry. So we were discussing the points. The first point is that two hamza come in single kalima, in kalimatun wahidatun. And the second condition is the first hamza is mutaharrik and the second hamza is sakin. Now, if these two conditions are met, then what is the action? What action is to be done, or what action is followed? The action is that the second hamza is to be changed into harf illat as per the harakat of the first hamza. Okay, that is to be changed. The second hamza is to be changed into harf illat, okay, as per the harakat of the first hamza. So let's see what are the examples we are having right now. So we are having examples, sorry. These are the examples we have got. Three examples. Amana. Okay. And no, sorry. Amana, u'mina, i'manan. Means before ta'leel, before bringing change into them, these words. Now let's analyze them one by one. First of all, this is the first one. Let's analyze this. A'mana. Now you can see this is kalima wahid, kalimatun wahidatun. We have got two hamzas over there. The first hamza is mutaharrik. The second is sakin. Now what we have to do? Now the result is that the sakin hamza is to be changed into harf illat as per the harakat of the first one. So you see that the harakat of the first hamza is fatha. So the second is to be changed into alif. Now result is this. From amana, it is amana, right? Let's see the second one. That is u'mina. The first, the two hamzas. One is mutaharrik, that is masmum, and the second is sakin. Now the second sakin is to be changed into harf illat, and because the first hamza is mutaharrik, it is masmum, it would be changed into waw. So now it becomes from u'mina, it is umina, umina, right? This is the second one example. Now the third example we are having of i'manun, i'manan, i'manan, because there are two hamzas. First hamza is mutaharrik and it's maksur. The second hamza is sakin. Now, because two hamzas are in one kalima, now what we have to do? Because the second condition is what? The first of them is mutaharrik, the second is sakin. Now the sakin is to be changed as per the harakat of the first hamza, and in this case, because the first hamza is maksur, so this second hamza would be changed into ya. So the result is imanan. From imanan, it is imanan. I repeat what I have told you or what I have explained, tried to explain to you. There now this is we have started the rules. They are mandatory, means takhfif wujubi, where the ta'lil has to be done mandatorily and there's no option of permissibility. They are to be changed. They have to be changed. There's no other option. Now we have got the rule number 5. What does this rule say? This rule gives us two conditions. What are those two conditions? Number 1, there should be two hamzas in one kalima, not in two different kalimas, one kalima. Number 2, the first one should be mutaharrik and second should be sakin. Now, what will be the result if two conditions are met? The result would be the second Hamza would be changed into harf illat as per the harakat of the first Hamza. If the first Hamza is maftu, the sakin would be changed into alif. If the first Hamza is mazmum, the second sakin would be changed into waw. If the first Hamza is maksur, the second would be changed into ya. So from amana, it is amana. From u'mina, it is umina. From i'manan, it is imanan. Any questions from your side?
No, sir. So basically, just for understanding, sir. So the hamza, the jazm harf, which is read with the mutaharrikat in a'mana and u'mina and i'manan. Basically, that jazm letter is changed into a madda. Amana, umina, imanan. It changes into wa madda, alif madda, ya madda. That's an easy way to remember too, isn't it?
Yes, yes, that's correct. But just bring one change in your explanation, sister. That the second hamza is majzoom. The second hamza is majzoom sakin, right?
Majzoom, okay.
Yes, the second hamza, because if hamza is not majzoom, then the change will not take place, right?
Yes.
So
yes,
the majzoom is also known as sakin, right?
Sakin, okay, that's fine.
Okay, sister, are you working on your Urdu or not?
On my Urdu, sir. Yes, when you send like little phrases, that's when I work on the Urdu. Other than that,
yes, do it because we'll need your Urdu in future. Once you complete this course, inshallah, I will need your help in developing further courses, inshallah, right? And
my
same
Urdu,
goes.
I'm going to fail in Urdu, sir. I can't promise the Urdu. They probably won't understand me. They probably laugh at me, sir.
Let's try to start reading some small books.
Okay, inshallah.
Right? Inshallah. If I see some good books from Islamic literature, I'll share with you, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
And same goes to Brother Ahmed. You are no more exception. You should also work on your Urdu in very well manner. And we are doing this because of Allah Almighty. May Allah Almighty accept it from us and reward us as per His own standards. Ameen, Ya Rab. Okay. Eman, any questions from your side?
No, sir.
Sure?
As of now, yes.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, this is what rule number 6, qaida ja'in. This is very, what should I say, common phenomena, and you'll find these words commonly. Now, this is very important rule, very, very important rule. Now, you will come to know the concept of thaqalat, thaqil. Thaqil means heavy. And heavy in terms, heavy for means thaqil in pronouncing it. Thaqil in understanding it or doing something with that. And because of thaqalat, the takhfif is made. The ta'lil of takhfif is made because of thaqalat. Thaqalat means that kalima becomes heavy. And because of heaviness, it is not understood in that way, right? As it should be understood. So to remove the thaqalat, takhfif of ta'leel is to be done in mandatory way. So what does this rule say? This is the qaida of ja'in. Now they went to mutaharrik hamza. Now in the first rule of mandatory rules, we learned that there must be two hamzas, and first of them should be mutaharrik and the second should be sakin. Okay. Now in this rule, the first condition is there should be two mutaharrik hamza in the same kalima. And the second condition is that one of them should be maksur. First of all, the first condition, two mutaharrik hamzas come together in one kalima. And the second condition is one of them should be maksur. Then the second, if one of them is maksur, then in that condition, what is the result? The result is that the second hamza is to be changed into ya. This is ya, okay? Mandatorily. It is necessary. I repeat the conditions. The first condition is two mutaharrik hamzas come together in one kalima. Number two, one of them should be maksur. In that case, the second hamza would be changed into ya. Okay, example. Now, in example, there is another explanation. There is another explanation that you need to adhere to. What is the explanation? Actually, ja'in, it was ja'i'un. Now you see there are two hamzas. I'm going to analyze it very closely. Ja'in was ja'i. Now this is mutaharrik, first hamza, and the second is also mutaharrik. Ja'i'un. And what is the condition? That one of should be maksur. You can see that this is maksur. Okay. One of them is maksur. Now this is not the condition that the first should be maksur. Any of them. That's why I have used one of them, right? Now, in that case, the second one is to be changed into ya. So the second one, when we change into ya, so it will become ja'iyun. You see, it has become now ja'iyun. Right. Now, we understand if wa qabal mazmum is normal, ya qabal maksur is normal, alif ma qabal maftuh is normal, there's no issue in it. Waw also takes zamma, ya takes kasra. Okay, so that's why there's no issue in that. But in Arabic language, when there is a zamma or the zammatain on ya, so in that particular kalima, the element of thaqalat exists. Means there is an element of thaqalat. Thaqalat means being heavy, and heavy for pronunciation. So now they say that ja'iyun, now there is thaqalat in ya. So that's why ya is to be dropped, hadaf or mahdoof. It should be mahdoof. So this would be means ya. So ya was dropped because now I repeat it. Ja'in was ja'i'un. The second hamza was changed into ya, and it became ja'iyun. Zamma became thaqil on the ya, so ya was dropped when two sakin dropped, or when two sakin, ya and tanwin come together, ya and tanwin come together, then the ya was also dropped, then it became ja'in. So that's why the ja'i'un, it became ja'iyun. And because of thaqalat, ya was dropped, it became ja'un, means ja'id, tanween was the tanween, the only there was means what, a remnants of tanween. So the final, because of final ta'leel, it became only ja'in, means the first hamza was given the same tanween. Okay, so this is the rule of ja'in, qa'idatun ja'in. I repeat it, try to understand it, and ask questions if you don't understand. Okay, so first of all, I would like to repeat without going to the details of this, means the detailed analysis of the verb or the word. We are talking about qa'idatun ja'in. And what are the conditions of this qaida? The conditions are that there should be two mutaharrik hamza in one kalima. This is the first condition. And any of them should be maksur. Number two. Then what is the result? The result is the second hamza is to be changed into ya. Initially, this is what the qaida is initially. But because we are talking about ja'in, actually it was a ja'un. Now we see there are two hamzas and both of them mutaharrik. So the second is going to be changed into ya. So it becomes ja'iyun. And in kalamul Arab, because dhamma and ya becomes thaqil, so ya was dropped. So finally, after the ta'leel, this became from ja'iyun, ja'iyun, and it became ja'in. So this is the rule number 6, and this is mandatory. Yes. Did you understand it?
So, sir, the two things that allow the ya to be dropped is the sakin and the dhamma. Not the sorry, the tanween.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And is that only for ya?
Yes, only for ya. Yes.
It's a weak letter.
Yes.
Okay.
We means the concept of thaqalat now will frequently visit us, inshallah. But I think initially this is the point when kalamul, it means fil kalamil Arab, the element of thaqalat exists. And because of thaqalat, takhfif is done. And for the takhfif, that is ta'leel, to change it, okay, to drop it and bring into simpler form, that is no more thaqil, that is simple.
Okay. Right. Okay. That's fine. Jazakallah.
So, Ustad, if I were to say the word sa'un, it would have the same thing. It was sa'iun, and then it changed to sa'iyun, and then the ya was dropped to sa'un.
Is it actual word, or you have created your own?
Just to understand, I think this is a created word. But yani, just to understand, that is where it's coming from.
Yes. Actually, we have to look at hamzas first of all. The very important thing is this hamzas. And because we have learned about rule number 5 as well, that hamza, in that one of them was mutaharrik and second sakin, but in this both of them they are mutaharrik and one of them is maksur, and because of that the second hamza is to be changed into ya. And now because there is a zammatain, so thaqalat exists while pronouncing jayun. So that's why ya and tanween are to be dropped. It became ja'in. Right?
So, sir, would that be the case for the ya all the time?
Yes, all the time. But remember this thing, that in such cases, such hamzas do come after alif. When we will be inshallah doing that, if you remember, madde muttasil, right? So in such cases, hamza comes after alif.
Yes, that's correct. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Inshallah, you'll go through that. You'll go through again and again. Even if there will be any problems, we'll definitely discuss. And we'll also discuss some malhuzat of these qawaid. And also, we will be having, mashallah, more to discuss. Okay, now the qaida awadimu. Sorry, I have not numbered it. So this is number 7. Remember to number it. Qa'idatun awadimu. This is qa'idatun awadimu. Okay. Again, we are talking about Hamza. And we say when two mutaharrik Hamza come in the same kalima, the first condition is the same. But the second condition is what? But in the beginning. And the third condition is none of them is maksur. Remember? Conditions. I repeat, but I'll ask you to repeat as well after my repetition. Number 1, there should be 2 mutaharrik hamza. Number 2, they come, means 2 mutaharrik hamza come into the same kalima. Number 2, they come in the beginning of the kalima. And number 3, none of them is maksur. Yes, sister, repeat them. 3 of the conditions.
Right. Okay. So when two mutaharrik come in, the hamzas, they need to be in the same kalima, but in the beginning, and none of the hamzas are maksur.
Okay. How many conditions?
That's 3.
3 conditions. Very good. Yes, brother Eman. Repeat the conditions. Hurry up.
Ji, 2 mutaharrik hamza coming at the beginning in the same kalima, and none of them is having a kasra.
Very good. Now, then what happens? What is the result? Then the second hamza has to be changed into wow. The result is what? The second hamza has to be changed into wow. Result, the second hamza is to be changed into wow. Let me see. This is what? A'adimu. A'adimu. Now, 2 hamzas in the same kalima, and they come in the beginning of the kalima, and none of them is maqsoor. The second is going to be changed into wow. So from adimu, it becomes awadimu. Awadimu. Adimu becomes awadimu. Let's see the second example. Uammilu. This is uammilu. 2 hamzas in same kalima, mutaharrik. Come in the beginning, none of them is maqsoor. The second would be changed into wow. So uammilu becomes uwammilu. Uammilu becomes uwammilu. This uwadimu is jam of Adamu. This is jam of Adamu. And you know, Adam is the father of the humanity. And if we just talk about in literary meaning, means the person who has got a wheatish color, color of wheatish, right? Any
Yes,
questions? Any questions?
Ustad, so the hamza doesn't change its mutaharrik even after becoming wow. The harakat still remains the same?
Yes, harakat is to will remain same. Yes. So, do you think is it enough for today?
Yes, sir. That should be enough for today.
Okay. Inshallah, we'll meet tomorrow. Inshallah, inshallah, positively by 2 o'clock. Inshallah. And meanwhile, I'll share more handouts, inshallah. And we'll discuss, try to go through this handout completely yourself. Try to go through. And because once we'll be meeting, inshallah, that will be easy for you to participate and understand, inshallah, right? And also go through the gardans given in that. So until tomorrow, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.